Our mission is to help our clients live better and longer. NuSpecies invents and manufactures right here in the US with ingredients from around the world, our own line of high potency herbal formulas that are designed to help your body be as resilient as it can be against some of the toughest of health challenges. And since we're all on our own health journey, what is a good health choice for you may not be for someone else. And that's why we host this Q&A every Saturday at 10 a.m. so that you can get the answers to your questions that will help you continue along your own unique health journey. So thank you for joining us. If you're over on Instagram, I'm going to do my best to keep an eye on the chat over there, but just so you know, it's not right here in front of me on this screen. And so if you're not getting an answer, maybe come on over to YouTube.
June asks, where's Kayla? Get up here.
That's true. That is true. We'll have to see if she wants to do some Saturday work. All right. So let's go to Aston. Do we have things to say? We have announcements.
We do.
Okay. New Genesis.
New Genesis.
Do you want to talk about it at all?
And your schedule for Bronxville, right?
Yes.
That's a big one.
All right. So
maybe we should get to that one first.
Okay. All right. So our Bronxville store, you may have known that our wonderful employee Shahrazad, who used to work there for about a year, she has moved on. And so now we are looking to hire. You know anybody who wants to work part-time in Bronxville, you can please send us your referrals. Truthfully, we love your referrals. But in the meantime, I have to cover the store. So I will only be able to do that on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So if you've been used to going to Bronxville any other days, please keep an eye on the app and on our website, on Google, our business pages on Google. Everywhere it has been updated for the new business hours.
And I plan to do one day in Bronxville as well. So we will announce that maybe a Wednesday. I'm not sure yet, but I plan to be there for a day. So we'll let you know.
Right. Well, Aston, you have a plan to be in each store, including Pauling, our HQ, which is where we are now, once a month at least. So we did the August schedule. Today's the last day of in-store for Aston on the August schedule, but we'll be releasing the September schedule very soon.
Yep.
Okay. Also, we may be attempting to try to take a short vacation before we launch into the fall. So if there will be any further closures or days that Aston won't be available, we will also let you know. Okay. I am going to be leaving for Bronxville immediately after this, which means we can't go too far over today. So we will hurry up with these boring announcements. And then New Genesis is available. The next batch has come in. It's still a labelless batch, and Aston's still offering his great 50% off the price while we launch this new product.
Especially to existing clients. I hate to use the word client. Family, NuSpecies family, especially to existing NuSpecies family members. 50% off. And I want all of you on it. I want every person on it. This is the next most important creation of NuSpecies, New Genesis. And the name speak for itself, New Genesis. New mean new species, Genesis mean genes. You get the point. It has nothing to do with the Bible. It's all about help the body to regenerate cells and tissue and repair genes and DNA that are damaged or mutated or even malignant. So this is the second most important, if not, equally important formula with the LNU. So everybody needs to be on it, especially you with prostate issues. You have elevated PSA, prostate cancer, you're in urgency, all of those prostate-related issues, you should be on it. And then women, yes, you too. You have fibroids, you have hormonal imbalance. There are ingredients in this formula that will help you to balance your hormones as well, along with Queen Natty. So if you have fibroids, endometriosis, ovarian cyst, dense breast, any cancer, I want all of you on it. Okay? New Genesis. And of course, as Joe said, you're getting 50% off, especially to you, NuSpecian family members. Yeah.
And it's taken us forever to launch this product, meaning that we have been using it ourselves for at least a year, and our family and close friends have as well. And we know that it is excellent on many levels. and we're really excited for you to try it.
Yep.
All right. Fitzgerald has a question.
Hmm.
Okay, he says, "Can you please discuss which is the best shower to take, hot or cold, and why?"
Hmm.
I have to say, of all the things you and I have discussed over the years, this topic has never come up, at least between us. Have you ever talked with anyone about that?
In consultation,
Okay. So what have you
yeah.
got?
It's a whole warm water, what it does, cold water, warm water, one open the pores, one close the pores, So I think we just lost the
Lost
light
the
here.
light.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's back. Okay.
So
And it's not.
so it all depends. It depends on your needs. For a lot of people, they prefer to take cold shower because they feel that it calms their body down, Fitzgerald. And then there are other people who prefer to take a warm shower because they feel equally it calms their bodies down. So there's no science behind you know cold water, hot water. There's no science. Hot water speed up the cells, and that's why it's hot. Cold water calm the cells down. So there's no real science behind cold shower or hot shower. Mary and Jillian are running around. um, Mary, you better stay. but that's my simple answer, Fitzgerald. And I'm sorry for the ruckus taking place here. Mary is showing how important she is, and she's completely indispensable.
Oh my goodness.
And Mary, you couldn't have underlined it with more, with greater clarity. But I think we can move on.
The light just keeps flickering, so
Yeah,
Aston's gonna keep getting darker and then lighter again.
that's fine. I'm
Oh
black,
my
brown, and
goodness.
and dark.
You're
I'm
everything.
all three.
You are.
Yeah.
All right, Trevor says, "My brother." Oh no, my brother. Sorry. I gotta punctuation is so important. He says, "My brother has sciatic problems. What is it he needs to take?"
So for sciatica, excuse me, this is what has happened to practically all the people who follow these very basic instructions. If you have sciatica, if you have herniated disc, if you have slip disc, any of those issues, including if you have spinal stenosis, what you need to do, you need to get the NuSpecies arthritis package. Get the NuSpecies arthritis package. And while you're taking it, you need to do massage therapy. While you're taking it, you do massage therapy. This is why. Massage therapy is going to help you to release the tension that's in the muscles. That's part of the reason why the disc can move, or they become herniated, like you have an accident or you slip or you lift weight. That's what's going on. The disc have moved out of their sockets a little bit and pushing on the nerves. So the muscles that are tightening, they need to be released. The easiest way to release them, yes, you can do acupuncture. Yes, you can use, if we want to go back to what Fitzgerald just said, you can use warm water or compass. You can do that to help to release the tension in the muscles. But the best thing that we have seen over the last 20 years of doing this is take the arthritis package to help to remove the inflammation from the bones and the joints and the tissue and the cells. Even though those discs are very tiny, you still have ligaments and tendons and synovial fluid. You have all those tissues that are inflamed, damaged. That's what it means. That's what arthritis is: damaged tissue. So you take the arthritis package to release all that inflammation, and you get massage therapy to release the tension from the muscles. And you stay in it until you're born again. You stay in it until the issue is completely gone. If the issue is not completely gone, it can regenerate. If you have cells there that are dead or half dead or tissue, they can regenerate. You got to stay in it until it is completely fixed, completely resolved.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
What about I understand how sciatica feels. It's very painful, so the idea of exercise or, probably doesn't maybe isn't even, something someone can do.
Mhm.
But is there a certain amount of, strengthening of back muscles or, glute muscles that can help relieve that pain, like,
That
long
that's
term as
that
well?
that's what the doctors recommend. They recommend, that you do this other type of therapy where you go to this center, and that's what they do. But in a lot of cases, they're making the situation worse.
Mhm.
They need to do some fixing before
Mm.
they get the people to get into these aggressive type of exercises.
Okay. Yeah.
So but the doctors don't have what we have. They don't have new species. They don't have the anti-inflammatory. They don't have the MSM. They don't have these really exceptional formulas that help the body to remove inflammation. So that's why a lot of you who go through that process is so painful for you.
Right. Right, and then there's always a risk of making the injury worse, so people are
And
really
and
afraid of
that
that.
yes, and that happens a lot.
Mhm.
That's why some people just end it. You
Just
know.
laughing because your light is really
Yeah, it's not bothering me at all.
No, not at all, you don't
No, I'm not bothered at all.
have a seizure.
Um,
We don't know why the light is blinking. I'm sorry, I had to crack up there for a minute.
yeah.
Okay. June was asking about recommendation for products to keep on hand for COVID.
For COVID,
Right, it's going around right now. I mean, it's been forever, right? But it's not forever since it started, but there's been a big uptick recently.
okay. So the formula now, June is asking.
June is asking, and then Noelle asks, about what's the best defense for flu season. So I don't know if flu and COVID and they're all viruses, if it would fall under the same thing.
So we have been so the new Genesis formula, it's it's been invented for like 20 years. It just wasn't manufactured, but it was invented, meaning that we know what we needed to do with those ingredients for like 20 plus years. So we just made it what, a year ago. We made samples
Mhm.
about a year.
I feel like time flies. It could be longer,
Could be
but
two
let's just
years.
say a year.
Right. So we have made many samples, and we have been using it for at least a year, with clients and friends and family, of course. And Juna, I have not seen anything. I use it myself. If I get the new Genesis, when I feel like a little itching in my throat, like in the old days, I know when I'm going to get a cold that's going to turn to I get it itching, it becomes a sore throat, and then it becomes a cold. That always happened to me, and I must say to you all that taking new Genesis is the best I have used for infection. And even the kids, when they go to school, and even though they take new species, maybe not as much as they should, they get infections. And that's what's been, we've used to resolve it very quickly. So when I get those itching in my throat and I take New Genesis, it never goes beyond. It never goes for sore throat. It never goes to an infection, to get a cold. It never got to that ever. So I would say the New Genesis is at the top of the list. And then if you're thinking about infection, the God Formula 3, if you want to have two formulas as your medicine, two formulas as your medicine you have at home for yourselves and for your children, is the God Formula 4 and the New Genesis. The reason why the God Formula 4 is because that is the formula that is our antiviral, antibacterial, antimicrobial, and it also helps with parasites. So it's antiparasitic as well. So those two formulas you keep at home, and you don't have to take them every day. You just take them when you need them. Just have them in your pantry in a cool place. Don't refrigerate. If you refrigerate them, you're going to destroy them. You're going to destroy, the power in there. Yes, the refrigerator will destroy the ingredients. So do not refrigerate any new species products, with the exception of maybe the probiotics. So the two formulas, New Genesis and God Formula 4. and I think all of you should have it at home as your as your your natural medicine in case you get sick or you start you start to feel sick. Before you go to the emergency room or the hospital, you take it, because a lot of times once you get to the hospital, you may not be able to get NuSpecies in your hospital room. And I can tell you, over the years, there are people who beg their doctors, their nurses, they can bring their NuSpecies in, and they were completely denied. So dose up on NuSpecies before you go to the emergency room if you believe you're sick, and you may get admitted, because once you get admitted, you may not have access to NuSpecies.
Right. And another point I like to make, because now that I've been in the store and we have new people coming in and they're trying to understand NuSpecies, is that our formulas can all be used like a supplement that you take on a daily basis to maintain your health, or they can be used like herbal medicine when you're trying to empower your body to repair itself. And so the two formulas that Austin's talking about now, New Genesis and God Formula 4, he's saying to keep those on hand. And as like June said, what do I need to keep on hand? And Noel, is you're not necessarily taking these every day. You can take them every day in certain circumstances, but to answer this question, it's about keeping them on hand for when you start to feel that scratch in your throat, you're getting a headache, you know your kids came home with something and you're trying to avoid it, and then you start taking it every day during that time. And then we have plenty of formulas that are used just like supplements, your daily vitamins and minerals. And really it's all about the dose as well, because you could take our most powerful formulas in a very small dose every day as a supplement, or you could take them at their normal dose, like medicine, and our supplements, like our vitamins and minerals. You could take those at their normal dose, like a supplement, or higher doses, like a medicine. And so that's why when some of you get your custom recommendations from Aston, you don't always understand how to translate that into your maintenance package. Some people will think they were taking the B vitamins as part of their like a part of their rebuilding package. And
Mhm.
then when they come off of it, they go back to GNC and grab a multivitamin because they didn't realize that what they were taking could also be used like a regular vitamin. So
Mhm.
this is why we do the Q&A. It's why we do the consultations, because when you're working with whole foods like plants, you can't force them to do just one thing. And so we can wield their powers in many different ways.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. We've got Andrea says. Oh, okay. Well, we can go to June since we put that up on the screen. Did I do that or did you do that? Okay, Mary did it. June says, I have God Formula 1 on hand. Would that work?
Yes, you can use any of the God Formula 1, 2, 3, as well as 4. Absolutely. You can have any of the God formulas at home as as your natural medicine. But add new Genesis to the list.
All right.
Yep.
Next question comes from Andrea. She says, what to use to balance the blood count? And do we need to be more specific there? Like which aspect of the blood?
So the blood count, when people talk to me about the blood count, you could specify if you can, whether it's the WBC, the white blood cell, or the hemoglobin. Those are the two most important blood cells that doctors actually monitor in the human body. So yes, we if it's a white blood cell, you would need to you could do if
Oh, she said white blood cell.
right. So the very basic that you can do is the B vitamins that has vitamin C. You could do that, or you could do the you could add the LNU1 in. It depends on how chronic your WBC is. Is it below 3 or above 3? If it's below 3, it's chronic. It's chronically low, and your body can develop any disease. If it's above 3, above 3.5, it's not so bad. So you could just do the B vitamins with vitamin C. But if it's below 3, you should be adding in the LNU with the B vitamins and vitamin C. And that's the basic. If you really want to go crazy, God formula, New Genesis. If you want to go crazy, New Genesis, God formula. So over the days and weeks and months to come, and maybe even years, all gonna hear a whole lot more about New Genesis. It's an extraordinary formula.
All right. Um, Fitzgerald was asking a question, but I think I want to do a little bit of research with our team and follow up with him about that.
Okay.
So Fitzgerald, I followed up with a follow up there, but we can also talk. I'll be in Bronxville today, and I'll give you a call. Maybe I can get an answer for you today. Okay. All right. It's 10:30. I think we could go about another 15 minutes if we need to. If anyone else has any other questions, please go ahead and let me check Instagram.
We started late.
Um, right, Instagram, there's no questions. All right. Um, I think there's always so much going on. Oh, our rewards program. So
Mhm.
we launched our New Species loyalty program this week, it's called the New Species Life, and it is right on our website. So if you have ordered on our website before, then all you need to do is just log in. At the bottom right-hand corner of the site, it says check rewards. When you click on that, if you're logged in, it'll tell you how many points you've already earned since we started the program about 2 weeks ago. Oh yeah, great. Thank you, Mary. If you click on that, it'll pop up and it'll just give you the generic screen until you either create a store account or log on. So if you go to create a store account, it tells you already have one, you don't know what email you used or you're confused, then just call us and we'll help you work it out. This is new for us too, so we want to get it right. What's most important about earning your points is that you actually are using the same email that you use. Well, first of all, only use one email with NuSpecies, but most importantly, that you use the same email when you shop online and when you shop in store, because you don't want your points to start to spread out over two accounts. If that happens by accident, I could fix it. I would just rather not be doing that all day. So please make sure you're using one email. If you have a primary email that you check more often, because that is where your coupons are going to go and you need those emails to for us to scan them to give you your discount, then please, and we're not, if that's the primary email you don't have on file with us, let us know. We can change over your email in all of your accounts. But we're really excited because you can start to refer friends and family and actually get a discount for it. So
Mhm.
what we did is we made it so that if you refer someone to NuSpecies and you send them the link, which you can only get by logging on to nuspecies.com and clicking on your check rewards, if you send them the link, that link gives them 10% off when they buy. And then when they buy, it tells our system that you referred someone who bought, and you'll automatically get 600 points, which is how many points you need to get the first level of discount. You can let it pile up to get a higher discount, but you could immediately get a discount if you wanted. So for those of you who, some of you don't even start taking our products for a really long time, but just start referring other people to our company, you could even be earning points without buying anything. So we're really excited about it. And then if you're already on social media, so you can get points by just following us or sharing NuSpecies, whatever it is, you just got to follow the prompts. It'll tell you what to do. You can earn points like that. So
Plus birthdays.
yep. Well, you'll automatically get a discount on your birthday, which people have been asking about for a really long time. And now we finally have the ability to do it. If you've given us your birthday before, it was probably for our electronic medical record system, for your confidential information, which means it's not really necessarily in our, like the sales side of the business. So don't assume we already have your birth date. When you log onto your account on our website, you will immediately see what your profile has and doesn't have. So please fill in all the information. You'll get points for just updating your profile. So we hope you're as excited about the rewards program as we are. And we're looking forward to seeing how things pan out now over the next several weeks. Good morning, Michael. Thank you for joining. Michael, you joined us a little bit late, so we have about 10 minutes left. If you have a question or comment, please pop it in right away and we'll get to it. I'll check Instagram one more time. Nope, we just have very good listeners over there. All right. Anything else, Aston?
Oh, yes. There's so much. We're still working in Brooklyn. And we'll keep you posted. In the meantime, of course, we still do free shipping to Brooklyn, right, Mary?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
for those of you who live in Brooklyn, Staten Island, we still do free shipping, but we're still working on having some presence in Brooklyn as soon as possible. And a lot of you have been asking, and yes, we are really actively working on it. It's just taking a little longer than we anticipated.
Right. We had a lot of projects in the pipeline before we realized we were going to have to close Brooklyn.
Right.
All right.
So I think you should get on the road.
Yes. So I'm going to be heading over to Bronxville today. So if you're in that area, Westchester, Bronx, please come on over and see me. Oh, Michael. Great. What is Michael saying? Oh, ha. Okay. We were just talking about this yesterday. Michael says, good morning. What is good for high enzymes in the liver?
Okay. Um, I would like to see your labs, Michael. There could be other things in the lab that could be contributing to that, but high enzymes mean the liver is toxic, or it could be fatty. Fatty could mean you have so much there's so much chemicals or free radicals or inflammation in the liver can't purge it out. And what the liver does then to protect itself is to create fat cells to store some of those excesses of chemicals or free radicals or inflammation. And that's what causes the enzymes to go high. So there could be other issues as well. So if you have fatty liver and if you've done a urinalysis, you could send it in. If you don't have it, that's okay. But we probably should just talk before I tell you what to get, because it may not be as simple as getting a liver detoxification cleanse. It could be more than that. You may need to do rebuilding as well, but the lab would help me. With the urinalysis would help. Your CBCs would help, and of course the chemistry panel or the metabolic panel. That's where the liver numbers are. If there are other issues in there, I would need to know as well. So usually when it comes to the liver, there are other issues involved than just being fatty liver or the enzymes are high. And you could be taking other medication as well that could cause the liver to get fatty or toxic, and we would want to know that as well. It's
Mhm.
never unfortunately that simple when it comes to our health.
Right. And in a way, we don't really want it to be because then we would just be chasing hundreds of symptoms around our bodies eventually, right? You get to the root cause of the problem, many symptoms can resolve at once. So it's a little bit more complicated to get to the solution, but when you do, it's a much more long term and comprehensive
Hmm.
solution.
Right.
All right. For those of you who do need to send labs, you can just email them to support@newspecies.com. This is a HIPAA compliant email inbox, perfectly safe. Then we can just upload those labs into your chart, which is also HIPAA compliant and safe. So send over your labs and we'll confirm when we get them. If we have any issues, we'll let you know. And if you need to book an appointment with Aston, you can just call us or email us. So support@newspecies.com, or you can call 845 440-7458. We can also receive text messages with files or pictures through that phone number. So 845-440-7458. We can put that in the chat. You can send pictures there as well. So you have plenty of ways to get your labs to us. June says, thank you for explaining fatty liver, which I've had for many years. Good. And it sounds like you're on the right track to trying to get your body to fix that. So um, these things can take time.
You're welcome, June.
Yeah. All right. Well, folks, let's see if we have any. Okay, great. We got the number and the email there for you. I'll check Instagram one more time. No questions there. All right. So thank you for being so patient with our technical issues and our disco effect today with this light. There's like a electrical issue in that wall. We will hopefully figure it out by next week. But thank you so much for being with us. I'm going to head to Bronxville. Aston is here in Pauling today. We're at 592 Route 22, right in Pauling, New York. You come up to the top floor and he'll be here until 4. He's looking forward to seeing you in person. We've got some refreshments out for you. It should be a nice day. And we look forward to talking to all of you in the near future.
Have a great weekend.
All right. Now I'm going to do all the closing stuff. So it's not going to be a smooth closeout like it usually is. So just watch us putz around here for 1 minute. Okay.